Hi, I'm Angela, and this is my day one,
The wine.
and you're watching Day One Reacts. Tonight, we are going to be doing our reviews for episodes 5 and 6. We're going to just do quick little highlights of each one and then give our opinion of the series as a whole. Okay, Divine, let's start it off. Um, episode 5 started off right where episode 4 left off with
Yes.
after John killed that guy, and then he just took off running into the to that warehouse. And at
Yeah.
first you start thinking at first you thought that maybe he was feeling bad for what he did, right?
Right.
Because it was like
Yeah,
he
you
started because
kind
he
of
started
thought
going
so.
through his mind with the different like, oh my gosh, he was getting the voices and the flashbacks and stuff, and you thought, okay, he feels bad. This is bad. And then all of a sudden it just switched like a light. like
Yeah. Like I told you, he's crazy. I never liked him. I never liked him. And then as soon as he killed the guy, I'm like, oh yeah, I
like I
really,
told you,
really
I
felt like
told you.
I know. I said that thing. Did I tell you what I told you I did? I told you he wasn't no good. Mm-hmm.
And of course, Bucky and Sam come in there and they was like, we're gonna need that shield back.
Right. Run that shield, player. Run that shield.
Run that shield right quick. Run that shield.
Yeah.
And of course he goes, what? Oh, so it's like that now? It's like that?
Right. I just like he should have known that was coming. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
But
you
he
just
was all
killed
in his
somebody. The blood's
he,
still on there.
right. The whole time they have the conversation, it's like the blood is dripping off of the
Still
shield right
on the
in front of
shield.
you. And he just like, yeah, da 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 da. And you got blood. Like, dude, something ain't right. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah. It was like
So then we get that
completely
that cool
insane.
ass fight though. We got that cool ass fight. That
Some
was a
of the
good
best
fight.
some of the best cinematography and action in the
Hmm.
series, just leading up to the finale. And it's about time. Like I was saying, too much of how slow the pacing was going and how it wasn't enough action. But in that scene, in the beginning of the episode, it
Hmm.
was all action. And I love
Yeah.
the double team, the throwing, the shield around. And then, oh man, the thing that just messed me up so much about that scene is the
What?
ending of it. He breaks Sam's wings.
I
I'm just
know. I am
no.
I'm Captain America. No, you're
Right?
not.
Yeah.
No,
He
you're
kept saying,
not.
"I'm Captain America.
No,
Great
you're not.
value, Captain
No,
America. Dollar
you're
Tree,
not.
Captain America.
No,
You ain't
you're
nothing."
not. But he
Uh,
broke that arm. They got that shield off of him, didn't they? Broke
oh,
that
oh my
arm.
God, that was so sweet. I
I
was
was
like, yeah.
like, yeah, I
and,
loved
and
it.
they did it without killing them. So like
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, dude, but he was ready to kill Sam.
Yeah, he was.
He was
Yeah, he was.
he had it up just like same way he did with the flag smasher guy. He was ready to kill Sam. Yes.
Right.
Like, dude, you ain't learned nothing, did you? You ain't learned nothing.
Nah, cause he cuckoo for cocoa puffs.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hmm.
Crazy.
Doing his
Like,
little ticks and things. What
and
I was
then
gonna say is that the double teaming and stuff that they were doing with John, doesn't that give you the reminisce? Doesn't that make you like think about uh Winter Soldier, not Winter Soldier, Civil War when it was Captain America and Bucky, they were fighting Iron Man when they were doing their
yes,
fighting thing.
yes. When it
It
was
kind of
three
makes
of
you
them
think.
together.
Yeah, it kind of makes you think
Yeah.
of that thing.
Oh yeah. One of my
Yeah.
best parts of Civil War was that. Yeah, I love that. The double team. You throw the shield, or use the mechanics of the shield against a
Hmm.
person, and then you do this, you do that. It's like they
Yeah.
were playing catch in the first Captain America.
Yeah.
The first Avenger movie.
And what I did like though, I like how at the end of the fight, how Bucky just walked over to Sam and just put the shield, like threw the shield down, like take the damn shield now. Will you take it now?
Please, please
Just take
take this
the damn
thing.
shield.
We wouldn't even be here in the first place if you hadn't took the damn shield. So take
Yes,
this.
that was a good ending of it. That was like a good little button, like just take it now, will you?
Yeah, I love that.
And of course, you know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought they was gonna sweep everything he did under the rug, but I guess because everything was filmed and everybody saw it, there was no way they could
Oh,
deny it.
no, ain't no wrapping that up, honey. No. World
Yeah.
star.
Yes.
Basically, world star. We got you. Like, Smile, you're on Candy Cameron now. I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
Like World Star, TMZ, what you got?
Right. Oh man, and
Everybody was showing that.
he got exactly what he deserved when he went there to that courthouse. You know.
Yeah. I felt a little bit bad for him about that much, like
What's
that much bad for him because like when everything came down to it, his last words was like, oh, excuse me. His words was like, I did what you made me. Like I was what you built me to be. And you
right?
kind of think of like he was following orders, but he went beyond that, of course. But in his mind, he thought he was doing what he's supposed to do. But
Yeah.
still he know that wasn't right. I mean, come on.
That was right. I mean, the guy was yelling like he had to say, "I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." He's yelling at him while all he can think about
Yes,
is
yes,
his Lamar's dead. I mean, yeah, I was so upset about Lamar dying, but I mean, go after Carly. I mean, didn't he see like
yes.
that she was the one that did the lethal punch? And I'm like,
Mhm.
come on now, bro, and you killed somebody. Come on. What do you expect?
And like not
What
like just
did
like I
you
just
expect?
right, not like I just oops, I killed him. Like no, you intentionally murdered him.
You like he massacred him. I was sitting up
Yes.
there like I was thinking as I was watching the shield go down multiple times and blood splatter. I had to remind myself, God, I was like, am I watching Disney Plus or HBO Max? I was confused.
Yeah.
that was the boundary pushing scene right there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's all I can think of. Yeah.
Exactly. I was just, I could not believe. I'm just like the whole time, clutch my pearls. Oh goodness.
But then you got
Oh, you
and
done killed it somebody.
but then after all that was done, we got Julie Louise Dreyfus. That's what I'm trying to think of her name. She came
Yes,
in and she was the Contessa.
that's about.
Val. You don't
But
call her
don't call
Val.
her Cal. Just use it in
Like
your
call
head.
me Val, but not call me Val.
Sure. Just think of it in your head. And then she's basically like a you call you I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you type person.
Yeah. Especially with the
And
card.
she was
Like if
just
there's something on it, that means I'll call you.
right. Exactly. She got her message across, came in, said what she had to say. I really thought it was bizarre until like I was reading up on her character, and it's in basically all in his development into what he's going to become in the Marvel universe. But
Okay.
I still was like confused, like who the hell is this chick? And I mean, what was her name from Seinfeld? Elaine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was like, what's Elaine doing in the Marvel movie? I said, go ahead. It's
I
like,
thought she was pretty cool. I liked her.
well, I just like when her entrance was like really cute because she came up there with clunking with the boots and she was like, these boots are not made for walking. I was like,
Like, girl,
okay,
my feet
girl.
are hurting right now. I need to sit
Right,
down, please.
exactly.
Because she did like kind of push his wife out the way, like, excuse me, I need to sit down.
Then I need to sit down. Shoot, my brain is bleeding right now.
Like my pinky toe is like aching right now. So slide on over, sister. Shoot, my pinky toe was hurting.
Hey, I can relate, man. I can relate to. I might have had the same pair of boots. No, I'm kidding.
Don't forget about when Bucky went to find Zemo back in Sokovia.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's where Bucky found Zemo, and Zemo
Hmm.
thought he was coming to kill him, but no,
Oh,
no, he wasn't coming to kill you, babe. No, 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 because he don't do that no more. That's not him. He's not the Winter Soldier like that.
right, exactly. We're
All he,
not going to be the same person that you thought that you created. I'm
hmm
somebody different, and I like that. That was growth for
yeah,
him. Growth.
I like
Give
that too. I
him
like
some
that too.
focus
Growth,
back.
right?
Growth. Hashtag growth.
Yeah. So he just handed them over to the Wakandans, and the
Yeah.
and they're gonna take him to their little special prison, which is where the Thunderbolts
Right.
are. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And What else happened after that? Um, oh, Sam went to visit Isaiah.
Yeah. That.
We got the full story on what happened with him, and I think that it was. I had I had shed a few tears on that one because it's
Yeah.
like you think, okay, he did exactly the same things that Steve did, but instead of being held as a hero, he was held as like a villain, or not a villain, but he was punished for it, and literally like experimented on and tested on it, and nearly died so many times from it. And when luckily like a nurse came who had like a heart, she faked his death for him so he can leave or whatever, and he's been in hiding since the 80s. But still, like, and then you kind of understand why he says no black man would never like wield the shield. They wouldn't really they would never respect you
Yeah.
because you're not white or whatever.
Mhm.
But but at the end we see how he changes his mind, which is
Yes.
like, and the things that happen that makes him change his mind, which is pretty cool. That's
If
just
you like really take into the consideration the height of and the importance of that scene, I don't know how it works for consideration for award shows, but if there was and if this was actually entered into the next year's Emmys, I definitely think they would be nominated for that scene or
yeah.
drama or whatever because it was really impactful. Watching him say those things and all the stuff that was happening and it's like it's just really the one of the reasons about this show that was so hard for me to watch was the fact that it's so grounded in reality and close to
Yeah.
what is exactly going on right now at this time and
Mhm.
it's hard. It's sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow. Hearing
Yes.
about your history and new things that you do not know about that happened,
Mhm.
and learning those things and having to actually accept that. And that was
Yeah.
like something that I think that's probably what made Sam eventually do what he ends up doing later on
Mhm.
because he has to see the story from all sides. And I'm
Right.
glad that they showed it from that perspective.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh, I forgot to mention when Bucky,
Mhm.
before they took Zemo away, Bucky asked the Wakandans for a favor.
Oh yeah.
Like, remember that favor I asked you about before? And then we see what the favor was, because when he went to go visit Sam, he brought the box that had his new suit in it. The Wakandas made him
Yes.
this suit. And he
Yes.
still was kind of funny about taking the suit. Because he didn't know it was a suit, but you could look at it and say, "Oh, this must be a suit," you know.
Yeah, definitely. And when you seen that the scene, he's opening it up. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and we got like the the montage of him working the shield and everything, and
Yeah.
I was like, Maggie,
Whew. This
Maggie.
right. He was
I,
just
I was
jogging around.
I was like, how you doing, Mr. Maggie?
Right.
Hi.
Yes, yeah, he was just jogging around, throwing the shield, and I was just loving how like
Mhm.
he was throwing the shield and it was bouncing off the little projectiles in the trees and everything, and like how he couldn't catch it, but like towards the end, he was
Mhm.
basically showing what he was doing, and then it closed when he caught that shield. Like, yeah, I'm here,
I
I
was
got
like,
it.
mhm.
I was
Looking
like that
mighty,
too.
looking mighty good, Mr. Maggie.
Yes, yes, yes. Now that's my Captain America, So yeah, I was like, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one I was rooting for. This is the reason why I watched the show in the first place. You know,
Yes.
it's about time. Like, yeah, okay. It took 4 episodes to get to this point, but at this point, I was like, I just had to watch and see how it ends.
Mhm.
Because like again, because it was only 2 episodes left
Yeah.
at this point, everything, all the stakes were raised, and thank God because if I had to deal with those plateau type episodes that was
Mhm.
in the middle, I don't know if I could have finished it.
I
Yeah,
know.
just being honest, you know, we here at Day One Reacts come from a place of honesty. I will be as
Exactly.
brutally honest as I possibly
We
can.
say if we like something, we say if we don't like it. We're not gonna hold our tongue about it.
No.
Okay. And just to speed it up really quickly, we just got like what happened next? We got Sharon Carter. She spoke with a guy from the beginning, the very first episode that Sam was fighting with. Come to find out that she was the one behind him taking that job to kidnap the military guy. And once again, putting the light on and saying maybe she's the power broker. Mm.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows? And
Who
like that's
knows?
one of those things to where I love being right about certain things, and
We ain't there yet. But
we
who
ain't there
knows?
yet.
We
But who
don't
knows?
know.
Like we
We
really
have no
don't know.
idea. Who
We
could it
really don't know.
who
Who
could it
could it be
be?
now?
Oh, and don't forget, John went to go visit Lamar family and lied to him and said that he killed the person that killed Lamar when he actually didn't. He was just
Right.
an innocent person.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to say is, oh, the Flag Smashers when they were all in New York getting ready to do the takedown of the GRC, yeah, the GRC, and that's
Hmm.
how they ended the episode. But then we get the mid credit with John Walker in his basement.
Yeah. Just like totally batshit at this point. You know,
He in his face because
eating
you heard once
away
you heard the sound, right? And you start
and
thinking,
not heard the
Tony?
same thing.
Because when you first heard
Right.
the sound, you go, Tony?
Yeah.
And then
Right.
you see
Right.
this fool in his basement up there trying to make his own homemade shield.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They're like, who do you think you are, Tony Stark? Come on
No,
now.
you not. No, no. You making your
Never
own
will
little
be.
homemade shield. And even the way he was hitting it, he was like he was making a freaking tire iron or something. I don't know. It wasn't no damn shield.
Right. He
I don't
was
know what that was. He thought
welding
he,
it
he thought he
together.
was making.
Right.
I bet you like his wife was like, babe, what you doing?
Right.
Oh, I'm making a
Like,
shield.
kind of
But you ain't
big.
that ain't you no more. What you
Like,
doing?
you ain't Captain America no more.
Why you doing
They
this?
should talk that. Why? Like, why?
Mhm. Well, that was in episode 5. Then
Yes.
episode 6, the finale, the season finale. I don't know if it's a series finale or a season finale. I guess we'll find out in the future because there has
Hmm.
been talks about them bringing it back for another season, but we don't know. But the beginning of beginning of episode 6, we
Hmm.
have it starts off right where the guys, the Flag Smashers coming in to kidnap the people are part of the GRC. Did I
Yes.
say that right? Yeah, GRC, yeah. And, and then we see Sam in his glory.
Yes. Yes.
He comes through the window
So
looking
good.
like a nice little chocolate ice cream cone with his little white outfit on.
Looking like hashtag my Captain America.
Yes. Oh yeah, because your dollar store Captain America is making his dollar store shield in his basement last episode, but we got the real one
Right.
now.
Yeah, his great value shield. His great value outfit. Everything about him sucks. I stand by that. Everything about who he is. I mean, like literally, forget all his medals, forget all his accomplishments, forget even if he did something right as Captain America, which I believe he never did.
Mm. What did he
Because
do?
that's where he is. Right, exactly.
Everything he did,
I,
he screwed it up.
he screwed it up. I just if you ever think in the earlier episodes, remember when they were trying to like reason with Carly and trying to talk to her, he just
Everything he did.
impatiently hot headedness, the hot
Yes,
headedness, just coming there, burst in
yes.
there. Okay, you're under arrest. Like bruh.
Okay. All right. We'll get to him in a minute. That'll be our rant for when we when we talk about the whole series. I'll let
Calm
you
down.
rant for that. You can rant as long as you want when we get there, okay, babe?
All right.
Now get your pressure down. Get your pressure down. Take a sip of your drink right quick. Relax. Get that pressure down real quick. Cause you get so fired up when you talk about him, I swear.
I know I don't like him.
Okay.
episode has
So
been brought to you by meditation.
yes, you too can get your craziness under control.
Yes, just
Okay. So Sam comes in the burst into the scene with his new outfit on. He got
yeah,
his wings and he got a shield. What? He was looking hot as
yes,
hell. That was so cool though. And was the
right,
guy goes, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm Captain America." What?
America. Yes,
I was like,
yes,
"Yes." He said it. Didn't I say though before I said I bet you the last episode he was gonna have his outfit on at the beginning of the episode. I said that, didn't I? We can
yeah. We
we can
caught it.
rewind back 'cause I remember saying that.
Oh yes. Oh, you did. You did. Yes.
But yeah, that was really, really cool though. What else happened? I didn't put any notes on this because I just wanted to go straight off the top of my head. So I know that he came in, saved the day as well.
Yeah.
Carly, Carly girl, Carly babe, girl was like, they was like,
This,
what we gonna do? It's like, well, if all things if it comes to it, we just gonna have to kill the hostages. I was like, what the fuck?
right.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
but what the hell?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And even then they were looking at her like, wait a minute, what?
And then
We
she
were
was
just
like,
supposed to
she said,
hold them
if
for
we
like,
die,
right, we're supposed to be holding them for negotiations. Nobody even killing no damn body.
right.
She
And
didn't
then
care. She just totally just went completely psycho. She went John Walker. Okay.
yeah, it's about the cause. It
And
was all about the cause
it
and
was not
nothing
about the
else.
cause. It was about her. It was no more about the cause. The cause wasn't even what she was thinking about no more. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she tried to bend everything to make it seem like it was for the cause. But I mean,
Exactly.
anytime you got something going on to where like you're putting yourself and other people in danger
Mhm.
trying to fight something, it's
Yeah.
not working. It's not working out for you. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially when she was like, we probably all gonna die. And they looked at him like, wait a minute, what?
right. Like who said something about
Yeah.
that?
Like,
exactly. Like
like I
uh,
just wanted to, make the government do some stuff that we wanted them to do. We ain't know
like
about all this
eh,
other stuff that you were thinking about, girl.
exactly. I would in the background be like, excuse me, I know you said one world, one people, but
Yeah.
and I know we all people, but like I'm a people, and people only got one life to live and stuff. And I understand the cause, but like rah rah, and like woo for the cause, but can we like not kill people and put ourselves in more danger? I
Because
mean, if possible, can
right.
we just go to jail after we do this?
Well, you know what? Yeah. What I would have done when she said that, I would go, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have ducked
Right.
out.
Like, okay, my job is done here. Excuse
Okay,
me.
bye.
Thank you
Mm,
very much. I'll see you later.
right. Peace out. Deuces.
I'll be watching the news to see what happened.
I'll see how it turn out. I'll cheer for y'all in spirit. I was right there with y'all. Yeah, watching it on TV, saying, "Yeah, you go, Carly. You do it, Flag Smashers. Yup, I got y'all.
And then of
Yeah.
course we find out who the power broker is.
Oh, I was so shocked. Oh my God. As the power broker. But it was crazy because like in the history of Marvel with them actually kind of like always having these big twisty reveals as far as the roles of certain people play, they played it safe with this one and made it as simple as possible. And like because we just as soon as you seen her, like I love seeing Sharon
The episode
Carter.
3. In episode 3 you figured it out.
You figured it out in episode 3. I thought that was like one of the weaker parts of the thing because like
Boner.
yeah,
Remember
at least it was
Boner from
yeah.
Von it felt like a boner. I was like, "What the hell?" I would have been happy if it was, Julie Louise Dreyfus, if it was
Office
her.
yeah
Because
yeah.
at first I thought it was her. I would have been
Me
happy
too.
if it was one of those senators guys. That would have been great. But I'm like, I figured that well, she wasn't hiding it very well.
Really, she wasn't at all. Like at
Not at all.
all. Like
That
she,
was
you
you
know,
figured out in episode 3 when she first came on the scene. You was like, "Wait a minute, that's the power broker right there." That
right.
was no big, like, shock or surprise. But was a surprise, though, is that her and Carly had history. That was a surprise.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that.
That actually the Flag Smashers used to work for her, and then they wanted to go off and do their own thing. And Carly branched off from her because she actually took Carly in because she felt like she was like a leader like she was, and she kind of like felt for her. But yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't see that part coming, but
Yeah.
everything else I was just like, oh wow.
Wow.
Oh no, Sharon, wow. How
Oh
dare
yeah, the
you?
power broker.
How
Right.
dare you? Oh no.
Yeah, evil now, but like we've already known this for the past 3 episodes. You
Mhm.
know, like like what what was the surprise? What was the big reveal? Oh, like I'm sorry. You know, Stevie
Yeah,
wanted
I was
to
like,
solve it.
oh,
And she was the power broker in episode 2. Just
like literally, I was
by
like,
hearing it.
literally, I was like, yep, that was that. Yeah, I figured that out. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's like, okay, moving on. It's like, we're moving the plot along. That's what we're doing. That's what we do.
Yeah, and of course, she killed the last two people that knew who she was as the power broker. She killed the guy that
Yes.
what's his name, Balcock. I think that was his name.
Hmm.
She killed him and she killed Carly.
Yes.
Those are only two people that knew who she was as the power broker. They just and every because like when Sam came along, she was Carly was pointing the gun at Sharon, so he just figured that she was trying to kill Sharon, but not realizing what was happening.
Right. So like he didn't know exactly what was going on. He just
Right.
thought that she was being her malicious self,
Yeah.
trying to kill everybody. So like with the whole thing, not Carl, I'm sorry, Sharon would have been another innocent person,
Mhm.
in in his
Yeah.
mind that was
Innocent,
dying,
right?
and that was dying at Carly's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sad seeing Carly die. But but at the same time, like when Carly died, even Zemo was saying that somebody that has the mindset that she has, she's too far gone. The
Yep.
only way this is going to end is with her dying or you dying.
Mhm.
So like, I kind of liked that with making Sharon the power broker. It kind of like put less blood on his
Sam.
hands,
Yeah, because
on
he would
Sam.
have to end up killing her, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I feel like he probably would have, but then given the whole climate of the situation, that would have weighed real heavy on him
Mhm.
doing that because he was always trying to
To
reason
save
with her.
her. He was always trying to save her.
Yeah, exactly. Because he
Yeah.
related to what was going on with her, and
Mhm.
she just was not listening, and that's how she ended up, where she was,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And it was really sad though. And then like how he brought her body out, he was respect. He still had respect for her. The way he brought her body out and like laid her out on the pavement and everything for everyone to like see. And then he had a really great speech too. I can't remember everything he said. So if you've seen this speech, you know what I'm talking about. But it was a really great, powerful speech. And I just thought that was just I thought it was fitting, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I did. Like that was like really powerful. Like when the parts where he was saying, like I'm a black man carrying these stars and stripes, and even
Yes.
I see a lot of people that don't want me to have this title and the stares from you
Mhm.
guys, even now as Captain America. And
Yep.
then like I just that speech was so powerful, and I think what actually made me cry because I
Seeing
did cry a
Isaiah.
little bit in this episode. Not the Isaiah, well that yeah, definitely. But even before, just to back it up just a skosh a little bit, the
Uh-huh.
part where they were in that like pit and Sam or Captain America kept the truck from falling, and then
Yes.
he was like, "That's a black Falcon," and then he was like, "Nah." that's Captain America. I was like,
Yes. I forgot that part. Yes, yes, yes.
I was just, yeah, I
And
lost it.
he's not the black Captain America, he's Captain America.
Captain America.
Boom. Right.
Oh yeah, and then the speech like after he got the GRC to kind of like the people of the senator to basically see where he's coming from, and then like when all that said and done, I just love how they respond. I mean what's that word I'm looking for? They I like how they addressed him. That's the word. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I like how they addressed him
His
as
proper
cat. He said cat. I'm like, oh yes.
Bucky said it. Remember Bucky
They,
said it first? Bucky said Cap. He called him Cap first.
yeah.
That
I
was so
just
cool.
love it. Yeah,
And
it's so
they even got John on their side for that part too. When they were doing the
yeah.
rescue, John he shook off his crazy for a minute there and
Yeah,
tried to
for a
help the
minute.
he tried to help the truck as well, but he didn't have enough strength because the flag smashers started jumping on him.
Oh yeah,
So
they were
that's when Sam
awesome.
came along and it finished it off. But still, like I have to give John his props that he did snap out of his crazy for a bit and realize that they were innocent people that needed help, and he wasn't
Yeah.
so focused on Carly because his whole thing was he was coming for Carly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, when he first shot at her out and he tossed that shield, she knocked that shit out. That we're like, what the fuck is that?
I know. Right. Really.
She was like, what's this little piece of tin?
Right. Like,
I
get that
never
out of my
gained
face.
on that.
Right. Like, I know he was probably
I
upset.
warned you that
Like,
his great value shield was worth nothing.
great, exactly. Yeah, he was most definitely like really upset. Like she just swatted it away like it was a fish fly.
Meh.
Yeah.
But I have to give him his props. He did like come through in the end, even though
Mm,
he's just not fit to be Captain America.
no,
But at least he came through in the end. That's all I can say. I can say that
yeah.
he came through at the end, and then he also got his own little new suit because now he's a part of another group.
Hmm. And see that group, because I was looking at some of the backstory of the Contessa Val. Val the Contessa. I'm not going to say her whole name because I don't remember it,
I
but
think it's like
that particular right, exactly. Banana Fana Fofana. you know, the Contessa. We're just going to call her Contessa.
Yeah.
She's actual. She's a new Hydra agent, basically, or like some kind of recruiter. So like that's why or well, I said new Hydra worker, and so he gets turned into the U.S. agent. So that's
Yeah.
sort of like a dark or anti Avengers, or if this case
Is
if he
that
was
the
to,
Thunderbolts? Is that a part of the
I think
Thunderbolts?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
exactly. I think so.
The Thunderbolts are like the Suicide Squad of DC. Like DC has the Suicide Squad and Marvel has the Thunderbolts.
Okay, right. So him being U.S. agent, he would be the if they were like heroes, he would be the Captain America of the dark or
Yeah,
whatever. But
gotcha.
him, that was his title. U.S. He's not Captain America anymore. He's U.S. agent. That's what he ends up becoming
Mhm.
in the end too. So like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna see where this is gonna lead. I'm I don't know if they're gonna do like you said another season, but I did hear there are talks of doing Captain America for movie, uh,
Okay.
and it's going to be based on Sam's journey, the continuation of Sam's journey as Captain America.
Okay.
I would love to see, but actually at the same time, I would also like to see another series. Like who says we have to have these one seasons? I mean,
Like
I
one and
know
done. Right.
the one and
Well,
done
I
because
do
I
know that
mean,
I do know that there is supposed to be a series for the Thunderbolts. Yeah, I heard of that before. I've seen that like on their phases. Like if you look up the Marvel thing, they have like the different phases. I can't remember what the phase is that it's supposed to be, but they're doing a Thunderbolts. I don't know if it's a series or if it's a movie. I believe it's a series. But
okay,
yeah, that's why I was like making sure I was saying the Thunderbolts because I know that they're doing something with them. Yeah.
okay, great.
But yeah, so we end off with Sam Homecoming. Everybody's happy. He's he's Captain America.
Yes.
um,
Amazing. all the
and then
time.
it yeah, and it ends with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I love that.
Yeah.
And then we get the mid credit scene of
Yes.
Sharon getting her pardon, but she's not a good guy anymore.
Right. Well, they don't know what they did, letting her back in like they
Yeah,
did. Get
and
like
she's also an
get
Asian
her
again.
full title, and
Right.
you were agent, and oh my god, like Peggy Carter must be looking at her like, oh
What
my
the
god,
hell? Her and
like
Steve, they
like
look like
bloody hell,
what the
just my niece.
I thought it was I thought it was a pretty good ending to the show.
Yeah,
Of the only thing that bugged me was the power broker thing of being Sharon, which it wasn't a big surprise. I feel like
yeah,
they should have made it more secretive. It should have been more not so easy to figure out because they were making it seem like this power broker that it was such an important thing for us to figure out when it really
right,
wasn't, you know.
yeah.
And
It
as
was
the series,
almost
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
it was almost comparative to how we all was thinking that Mama Danya was supposed to be such
Sometime,
a big person,
right?
and she, wasn't given the arc
One
she
scene,
deserved.
right? And
One
then she was
scene,
dead.
and then she was dead. It's like, okay, like this is why sometimes we need multiple seasons. I'm not saying you have to do a whole episode, but at least half an episode or
Or
something.
maybe another episode, like even like had like made it at least like maybe 9 episodes instead of just six. Like with
WandaVision.
WandaVision, we had
Yeah,
9, right? I
yeah, we
think
had
they could.
9 episodes.
I think that if they were to like explore those different things, that would have been pretty cool because we would have figured out the significance of her. Either that or just not even include her because no one
Right,
didn't care about her.
right. She died. I was like,
She was
well,
just like a
people die
more like
all the time.
accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for as a series as a whole, I thought it was okay. I wasn't like excited to see it every week like I was with WandaVision. Because like with
Oh,
WandaVision, I was excited every week, like what's gonna happen, and we had all these different theories that was going on. But like with like this show, it felt like everything was like pretty much like cookie cutter, cut and dry. This happens, this happened, this happened, this happened. We know what's gonna happen. Everything was building up to what everybody knew was gonna happen. He was gonna become Captain America, so it wasn't a big surprise, but it was a great oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to also mention before we get into that, I forgot Isaiah, how, Sam brought him back to the Smithsonian, and they had an exhibit, um, that has his life story, and he got the recognition that he deserved, and that made me cry like a baby. I forgot to
yeah.
mention that. That was really important.
I was all like, I'm
You say anything
clapping
about that?
like I'm in the movie theater and just wailing out like, yeah,
I know.
finally, it's about time. And then the
Yes.
way he was with his grandson, and then like how important that was for him to see his grandson see what this man did for him, and I'm sure that just made Sam, and he didn't do it for his own gratification. He
He
did
did
it
what because
because
it was
it was
right.
the right thing to do.
Yes. It was the right
Yeah,
thing to do. Yes, exactly. That was like, oh, that gave me like, it made me
chill,
feel really, really good. Okay, so back to what we're saying. I just had to make sure
gratifying.
I got that in there because that was really, really important.
Right.
But and like I'm saying, as the show as a whole, it was okay. I mean, there were some great parts about it. I had my favorite characters, which was of course Bucky and Sam. I loved me some Zemo. Carly, she was okay as like a villain, but she wasn't like you didn't fear her. You know what I mean? Like usually a villain, they're supposed to be like, someone you would fear or you would understand. Either like with not Zemo, Zemo, yeah, like even with Zemo, you kind of understood why he was doing the things he was doing, even though you didn't like you think he went a little bit too far, you thought that he was kind of crazy, but you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like if I wasn't as moral as I was, I probably would agree with him in some things. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
Mm,
a Killmonger or Thanos. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like with
Really
Carly,
proud of
she just
villains.
felt small time to me. She wasn't like this big thing. You know,
Yes.
I was expecting like because I was where I was waiting for like the power broker because I was thinking that was gonna be the big thing, and it wasn't a big thing. It was just. her.
and then you find out that Carly is the big thing. So then, like,
And then you go,
it's a
oh,
disappointment. Because like, remember, like when Carly is first revealed, when you first see her, Bucky's like, you need help with the girl, or
hmm,
he's basically kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's condescending, but he's basically, like looking at her as someone that
a
is in need
teenager,
of
a
help,
child,
and a,
right?
teenager and a child, and I think she was just like too adorable for me, and like,
Mhm.
like she was cute and young, and
Yeah,
I kind of felt disconnected, just like you,
yeah,
like especially like to say, like you said, you wanted her to have worked for
right.
someone bigger than she was.
Because
So
she
like,
was
if
it,
I'm already
right?
badass, if she's already badass, because you're going to give her credit for her little fighting style, but she came off to me as I hate to say it, but an entitled, spoiled brat.
Yes. Even when she was fighting Sam in the last fight before she was killed, she was like,
Yeah,
fight me back," and it was just like she was just so
yeah,
whiny, and I was just like,
yeah. I was
oh,
like,
I was like, "Did
are
somebody
you
just
the
kill
main
her already?"
villain, or yeah,
Right. Exactly.
exactly.
She felt like an entitled child. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Felt like a spoiled, entitled child. Like,
Yes.
you're supposed to do what
Exactly
I
how I
say.
felt. We were so on.
I have super serum.
Mhm. I can kick
Listen
stuff.
to
See?
me.
Mm.
Hmm.
I blew them up. Boom. You
Right.
know?
If you
Ickle
don't
boom.
give this to me, I'm gonna hold my breath and then blow up a building too. It's like, oh
It's like
god.
every time when she would have an argument, like every time when she would speak with Sam and Sam is trying to like get through to her, it always feel like he's talking to a child. And she always act like she is a child. And she just be like,
Yeah.
well, you'll see what I'm gonna do next, huh? You
Right.
know?
Right. Even with the pout, like even in the accent, you still was like some pouting there.
Yes.
It's like, yeah. It's like, get it
It's
together,
wasn't
lady.
like even if they made like John the big bad, that would have been great. Cause he in the end he kind of redeemed himself. If you would have made him the big bad, then that would have been cool.
Yeah, indeed. I really do think that that would have been a way better fit than having the spoiled entitled brat be the big bad. And it seemed like, because like I said, I didn't like him from the beginning. I didn't like him from the beginning,
Yeah.
and
And I was
I
thinking
kind of was
he was
expecting
villain.
him. Right?
I
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I was expecting him to be like the big bad, like, um, and then found out the Carly is just like, okay,
Oh,
whatever. But then
so we're
you
just gonna
still
settle
like,
for her. Okay.
he should have been,
Like we got
anti
right. We got the anti Captain America right in
America.
front of you. He's like the perfect guy to be the big bad.
Exactly. And they had a lot of directions to go with the series as a whole, and I'm not entirely upset with the direction they went,
Felt
but
safe.
at the same time, yeah, it was too safe. It was like, in all the episodes in the middle, to be honest, always felt like fillers,
Mhm.
and they were just based, like you said, cookie cutter, paint by numbers.
Yes.
Um, and art, if you will, but it was more like, instead of like giving us the Mona Lisa, it's giving us Mona Lisa coloring book.
I like
you
that.
know, it just it's good, but like, it had a lot of
Could have been
potential to be something that was much greater than it was, especially given the
yes.
other intensity of the story. Like, to piggyback off like what I felt about it too.
Mhm.
I felt that as a whole, the series, with what it was trying to convey, was good for the stories that matter. But when it comes to actual plot and driving things and keeping your interest, and having interesting and intriguing villains and big bads, like Marvel is so good at doing ever since Killmonger and Thanos, uh, I was expecting the same thing, and
Me too.
it was like woefully let down a lot. And like, I wanted to like this so much, but I just kept saying, like, I was even telling you, like, should we do this episode? Because I mean, like, it's really nothing to talk about. I mean, like,
Right.
I felt like a spoiled child at this point, expecting so many twist turns, or either more action. Because that's one of the things. Like, I love um I love Chris Evans' art as Captain America, but it was one of those things to where, like, if I was to compare this series to the first three Captain America movies, I did
Mhm.
not like the first Captain America. I did not, the first Avenger. I didn't
I
like
didn't
it.
either. I
When the
didn't
Soldier
either.
came, yeah, when the Soldier came out, then I was like, yes, okay, I'm liking it more.
Like,
Civil
okay, what?
War,
Like, I felt the same way. Like the first Captain America, I did not like it. I literally like fell asleep on it a few times while I was trying to watch it because it was
girl, me
boring
too.
to me.
And I watched it twice. I
I
watched it
had to
twice.
I had to keep like I had literally had to keep rewinding it because I kept falling asleep on it. It took me like maybe a day to watch it because it was not very good to me. It didn't catch my attention. It was just like, your regular old origin story, you know. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
but then we got the Winter Soldier and I was like, "Oh, what is up with this Captain America fellow?"
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. What's up? And it's like Hydra is taking over Shield, and I was like, it was a lot going on that gave us more. It was
And I
more
started
relatable.
watching the show too. I started watching Shield, Agents of Shield at the same time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I understood what Hydra was then. So I was like, "Oh, cool, let's talk about Hydra."
yeah, yeah, and then Civil War came out, and then that's when, like
Oh,
when I
that
was
was just like the
really
bomb.
yeah, I mean, an introduction of so many iconic characters that's still with the Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Mhm.
It was just really great. So, like, it just was always a build up from
Yes.
a mediocre movie to a better movie to a greater movie. And
Right.
then I was kind of thinking that this was going to emulate that, and
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was just like you start off here and you end here. Where's that
Right.
straight line?
Exactly. It didn't go like this. It just felt like it was here. Exactly.
Thankfully it got better, but at the same time it was still like it started off great. Like you seen little action things. You got that backstory of what happened with them with the blip, and
Mhm.
involving us with Sam's family and seeing how Sam's doing, and then Bucky and all their stories. But then like when stuff started getting together and they started adding characters, and as things progressed, again,
It
we were
just wasn't.
expecting a lot. We were expecting steps when we got like automatic escalator.
Yeah. Like those escalators you get from the at the airport that go straight
Airport.
across.
Exactly. A plateau. Like it just
Yeah.
kept. It didn't. And like it was good that it was already a good enough property to go on, because after
And you had
watching the
good
end game,
characters already.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And after watching Endgame, you've seen that Captain America, or Steve gave the shield to Sam, and he's all like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'm worthy enough. You know. But like you said, we already knew that
What was gonna happen?
what was going to
But
happen.
it's supposed to be about like the journey of him of it happening. I got that part of it. I got his journey. That part was good. His journey into accepting and believing in himself to become Captain America. It was just all the other stuff around it that wasn't really hitting it for me, you
Yeah.
know. But
Exactly.
yeah, so
The main
if we
story.
were to rate this, I say
Hmm.
1 to 5. I myself would give this a 3. I say a 3. I give it a middle. It's not it's not bad, it's not great, it's just like meh to me.
I'm going to be just above you by a skosh, and I'm
Mhm.
going to give it 3.5.
Ooh.
That's it. That's all, because the ending is what made it for me. The
Mhm.
fact that I, like, again, I had to, like, really, episodes 1 through 4 were a doozy to get through, and I just was like, I had no clue where everything was going, and I wanted to care, but I didn't.
Mhm.
Then episode 5 happened, and I'm all like, yes. So, like, yeah, my solidly a 3.5 out of,
And
you
see,
said 5.
I say a 3 because like out of all the 6 episodes, only 3 of them that I really liked. That's why like I just gave it half.
So yeah, do the math.
That's
Right,
why
exactly. Yeah.
I do the math. It's only 3 episodes I really liked. So you get a 3 because you get right in half.
most
So,
definitely.
yeah. So, okay, that will be the end of us doing our review for Captain America and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Poster. Yeah.
And next gonna be up is gonna be Loki, which doesn't come out until June. And we'll decide if we're gonna do recaps on that at a later date. If we do
Mhm.
decide to do that, we would do like a intro to it so you guys know that we're doing it. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like our channel. Please leave messages. Let us know what you think about what we're saying here, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when we are releasing new videos. I'm Angela, and this is my day one,
The wine.
and you've been watching Day One Reacts. Bye.